flying your T-16, bullseyeing womp rats. And we're live. This is the Atomic Trivia War 9000. I'm your host, Jason Hawk. Let's meet our contestants. A web content creator from San Jose, Costa Rica, Omar Hernandez.
Hello.
Did I get that right, Omar? Web content creator, is that accurate enough without saying anything that might tip the feds?
There is so much bullshit in the web design industry thing that whatever name you make up, I'm pretty sure that describes accurately something, so don't worry about it.
And a medical something I don't really understand from Toronto, Canada, Kevin Archibald.
That's researching officially.
What, Kevin, you broke up there. Say it again.
Breaking up is hard to do, Jason. I said I'm a medical data something. That's what it says on my job card.
Okay. A government entitlements worker from Seattle, Washington, Rochelle Mantanona.
That's right. Government entitlement. It's a great thing.
See, I didn't say the VA since you guys are so bad in the news right now. I just left VA out. I didn't even mention Veterans Affairs.
I don't care. I don't care. I'll defend them. I mean, what they did was wrong, but we're still helping veterans, and you know what? Kiss my butt.
What did you guys do?
I don't want to talk about
it. Of course, I don't follow the news.
And our very special guest tonight from Independence, Missouri, I think that's the correct way to say it, Mindy Kinnaman.
Hey.
Yay.
Now, Mindy is a longtime Simply Syndicated acolyte, and she's auditioning very soon for a real, not a podcast, best television program in the world, Jeopardy.
I am.
That is prestigious. Very prestigious.
Now, we're going to put you through your paces tonight, Mindy. This is how we're going to help you study. And then at the end, we're going to ask you a whole bunch of questions about what it's like to audition, what you have to do to prepare, all that stuff. So have it percolating in the back of that mind. But for right now, I'm going to throw out a quick disclaimer. All the questions tonight are real Jeopardy questions.
No, fuck you.
We're using them to help Mindy prepare for the show, which I think is fair use.
And we have to answer it in the form of a question?
I think that it does qualify for the research and preparation qualifications of fair use clause in the United States. Promotes the show in a reasonable and non-commercial way. And
Is it really the copyright?
The content is all purely factual, and its repetition does not decrease the marketability of the original televised work.
Is there really a copyright on those questions?
Yeah.
Of course. There's copyright on anything that anybody writes in America.
But we're helping you prepare as a research tonight. It's going to be just fine. You guys have already decided the order in which you're going to go. Crom is what you chose. Kevin, Ro, Omar, Mindy. And tonight I've got 4 questions for you that are worth $200. I've got 4 questions for you that are worth $400 each. I've got 4 questions for you that are worth $600 each. 4 that are worth $800 each, and 4 that are worth $1,000, and then final ATW9 KRD.
Oh, is there a daily double? Is there a daily double?
There's not a daily double. Let's not be ridiculous, Kevin.
Do we have to answer in the form of a question, Jason?
You do.
Okay, just want to make sure.
I love it. I love it.
And if you don't answer, you will be dead. So.
Yeah, sorry, could you repeat that, Jason?
What did you say?
Could you repeat that?
I said if you do not answer in the form of a question, you will be castrated.
That's fine.
Okay.
I think I'm a girl.
Well, there is female castration. I do not agree with that.
I've had a vasectomy, so that's almost halfway there.
Kevin, question number 1 is worth $200 for you.
All right. Is this Canadian currency or American currency?
We're actually pretty close now. If you look at the exchange rate, it's not that far off.
We are pretty close.
United States is still worth just a little bit more.
But here's some trivia for you. You would rather win Canadian winnings because it doesn't get taxed. Canadian winnings never gets taxed.
Well, it would get taxed if you're an American.
Yes.
So even if I won them in Canada, I would still be boned.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Hold on, I've got to look up the Canadian-U.S. exchange rate.
Man, they're free, right?
1 Canadian dollar equals 0.93 U.S. dollars. So it looks like you flip-flopped. You're worth more now.
Yeah, well.
No.
We're worth
more.
By 7 cents.
That's, yeah. That helps our jobs and stuff.
Okay, so Kevin, question number 1. Your category. Reality TV.
Oh, my giddy aunt. This is going to be the worst.
Trace Adkins defeated Penn Jillette in the finale of the All-Star edition of this Trump-tastic show.
It's that one you're fired. It's called... What is it called? Oh, The Apprentice. What is The Apprentice? What is The Apprentice?
More specific, please.
What is Celebrity Apprentice?
There you go. Kevin gets $200.
Boom.
Also, disclaimer: the money is not real. It is all fictional. You will not receive $200.
Oh.
Roe, for $200, your category is libraries.
Ooh.
America's poet laureate is officially called a consultant in poetry to this library.
What is the Library of Congress?
You've got it. $200.
Nice.
Space bucks. Fictional
Jason.
bucks.
Jason,
Yes.
I will take Horse Seaman for 200.
Or semen?
You will actually take what's the attraction for $200.
Ah.
Feast
Oh,
on spec.
your mother, your mom, yes. What is your mom?
Feast
be
on
about
spectacular views of Paris from the Jules Verne restaurant inside this famous attraction.
What is the Eiffel Tower?
You've got it. $200.
Nicely
And your mom.
done.
And Mindy.
No pressure, Mindy, but
No pressure.
we're on a roll here.
The category is the least interesting man in the world.
Who is Jason?
Every time.
Oh.
Man, can I not catch a break?
Well, dude, it's your own fault.
There's probably going to be less heckling than this on the real Jeopardy, Mindy, just so you know.
I
I'm
kind
pretty
of
sure
hope
it's going to be
so,
even worse.
but I will actually be disappointed that there will be no heckling.
Heckling's awesome.
Every time he goes to Denny's, he orders the same thing. This breakfast, named for a type of home run.
Oh, what is a grand slam?
You've got it.
Nice.
$200. Everybody comes out of that $200 range unscathed.
Wait, what are you
Moving
talking
on.
about? He orders the same thing. Who is that?
The most boring man in the world. I mean,
the least interesting man in the world.
Okay.
the dude doesn't matter. It's just what matters is what he does.
I don't always go to Denny's, but when I do, I order the Grand Slam. See, that's the
Get with
joke
the program, Kevin.
that we had to explain to you.
It only gets funnier when you explain it. I find that with jokes.
For $400, Kevin, your category is password. Open sesame, cried this man, and the hidden cave of the 40 thieves opened to him.
Who is Alibaba?
Alibaba is the correct answer. You have $400 more for a total of $600. Row. Hyphenated terms is the category.
Okay.
With 7, Nolan Ryan holds the record for pitching the most of these games in the major leagues.
What is a shutout?
Ooh.
No?
Same thing as that's the same thing, I think, right?
Yes, but it doesn't match the category name, which is hyphenated terms. Shutout is one compound word.
Okay. What is a...
I'm sorry, you already got it wrong.
I did? Okay.
What is a no-hitter?
Yes. A no-hitter, Omar. got it.
Darn it.
Omar, nuclear physics is your category.
Good luck.
I'll take
Ionization.
swords for 400.
That's S words, Mr. Hernandez. Nuclear physics. Ionization energy is the amount of energy required to remove one of these from an atom.
What is an electron?
You've got it.
Aww.
400 buckaroos.
Nicely done, brother.
Fuck yeah.
Math appeal is for Mindy. You ready, Mindy?
Man.
In 67 divided by 22, 67 is this. Also, a nice check stockholders get.
Oh, that's what is a dividend?
You've got it. $400 for you.
Oh, I'm the only one that lost.
$600 is what we're playing for now. And a reminder, fictional dollars, because I do not have dollars. I have negative lots of dollars to give. Kevin.
Wait, I understand you got a good settlement from your insurance company about that flood in your basement. No?
Yeah, I wish.
What, did you get hit again last night? Was that the gossip is?
Yes, I got hit again. Not quite so bad. Just a little bit of wetness that seeped in at different points in the corners. But yes, there's more water. As you can see, I am in my basement
Did you
right
not
now.
prepare?
Well, there's not a whole lot you can do. I mean, short of spending several thousands of dollars.
Get those kids' diapers, stick them around the corners. You'll be fine, man. Extra absorbent, I swear.
$600, Kevin. Your category is Oscar-nominated Warner Brothers cartoons.
Oh, my giddy aunt.
Walkie Talkie Hockey, starring this, I say this, Rooster.
Oh, he's a Coney Island Red. He's Fog. Oh, who is Foghorn Leghorn?
You've got it. $600.
Boom.
I say what and I say what and what.
600. I say $600. Direct from the dictionary for $600 goes to Roe.
Wonderful.
Here's the definition. You give me the word. A flock of geese when not flying.
Isn't it just a flock?
A flock of geese when not flying. 600 bucks on the line.
What is? I don't know.
Oh, it's a gaggle.
I don't.
Ah.
Oh, that's right. Gaggle of geese. See,
Oh,
Yeah,
word.
right. That's if you knew.
I no. Words are not my thing.
Words am not me thing.
I know. I was like, is it Hodor? Hodor. Hodor.
The magic word is the category for Omar in the 600 range. Ironically, this magician says he's never been able to finish the Dickens novel that gave him his stage name.
Who is...
Ironically, this magician says he's never been able to finish the Dickens novel that gave him his stage name.
I'm so sad.
Are you suggesting he put the dick into Dickens?
10 seconds.
So sad. So sad.
Who is David
Yo,
Copperfield?
You were so stalling.
Oh, nicely
You were
done.
so stalling on purpose.
Drama queen.
I was thinking magicians I know. Penn Teller, Lance Burton, and David Copperfield.
Mindy, your category is blogs.
Oh boy.
The popular mommy blogosphere includes Catherine Stone's site, named for this new mom sadness.
What is postpartum depression?
You have another 600 points /dollars /fictional currencies on your scoreboard.
There's no way I'm gonna catch up.
Uh-oh.
You never know. There's always that final ATW9KRD to even out the score. Kevin,
Hey-oh.
$800 range. Literatura en español is your category.
Suck it.
What is the Man of La Mancha?
B. Wells Read. La máquina del tiempo.
La máquina del tiempo. Idiot.
That's what I said. La máquina del tiempo.
Uh-huh. Is there a question here somewhere? B. Wells
Who wrote
Read.
La máquina del tiempo?
But who wrote that?
No.
Yeah.
What is it?
No.
What book?
What book is
Oh, I
B-
get what it's asking.
Yeah,
B.
it's-
Wells Read. La máquina del tiempo. Tonight on Sábado Gigante.
Sabro.
Mi
Wow.
pipiel se fuego.
Do you know either of the words máquina or tiempo?
I don't know. Machine, tempo, music machine.
Tiempo. Think about it.
Yeah, I took French. I'm Canadian. Come on, I took no
Oh
Spanish.
my God, they're somewhat kind of tiempo. What does it sound like?
Time.
They're both Latin roots.
What was the first one you said?
The time machine. The time machine. What is the time machine? What is the time machine?
He said he said Wells. He said like something Wells.
Orson
Oh, B.
Welles.
Wells Read. Yeah.
The Time Machine is correct, and it's not Orson Welles.
It's H.G.
No?
Wells.
It's H.G.
H.G.
Wells.
Yeah, there you go. Wow.
I knew books and shit.
I had.
Roe, are you ready?
Not really. I suck.
Joining the TV cast later is the category. For $800, It took 3 years, but in 2004 we could report this drama introduced Lois Lane.
2004,
I
huh?
can only think of one thing.
What is Smallville?
You have 800 points
Thank
slash
God.
dollars slash space bucks. Poker hands
1,000
is
behind.
Omar's category. Poker
Lady Gaga.
hands. A pair of eights
It's
is
poker
called
face.
a pair of eights is called these, which you might find on our lawn in winter.
Snowman. What is snowman?
You have it. Good job
Yes.
saving yourself with the question form there.
You've been
Mindy. And Mindy, the Old Testament is your category.
Oh, fail.
This third book of the Old Testament is named for the tribe from which the priests of Israel were descended.
Okay, Genesis, Exodus. What is Leviticus?
Named for Levi, one of the 12 sons of Abraham. You are correct, $800.
Nice.
We're up to $1,000. This is the big one right here. Kevin, Jokers are wild.
Uh-oh, okay.
This extremely deadpan comic asked, what's another word for thesaurus?
Extreme. Geez, I can see his face too.
Actually, he probably asked, what's another word for thesaurus?
Yeah, I can see his damn face, but no, it's not gonna come. No, if anyone else knows this, I throw it at the floor.
I think Mindy should answer this, actually, because this is her training.
Is it okay? This is a wild guess because I'm not great at comedians. Is it who is Stephen Wright?
You have it.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Nice.
Now,
Nicely
since it was
done.
Kevin's category, I can't give you the points, but
That's totally fine.
you get respect knucks right here over the webcam.
Nice. I would not have gotten it though without the total impression there.
Ro,
Mm-hmm.
do you like geography?
No.
Suck it.
No.
Even better, do you like Canadians?
Hey, of course you like it. What's not
Oh
to
my
love? What's not to
God.
love?
Your category is Canadian geography.
Jesus Christ.
Like a fish in the desert.
We all know that's the best geography, right?
In 1988, it became the first Canadian city to host the Winter Olympics.
Oh.
Oh, oh, oh.
It's oh God.
What is Uriel?
What is Montreal?
No.
No.
Ro.
Is it Quebec?
Montreal did host the Olympics at one point, but no.
Proper Olympics.
Calgary.
Calgary.
Omar. Science survey. This roughly 3-pound organ converts. Wow, we were just talking about organs before the show. This roughly 3-pound organ converts glycogen to glucose.
You wish it was your organ weighed 3 pounds. That will be the liver?
You have it, sir.
What is the liver?
$1,000.
Omar rushes into the lead.
Hell yeah.
That would be the liver? Was a question, so it counted. And Mindy, to wrap us up here, final question before we hit final ATW9 KRD. It's about time is your category.
Oh boy.
Used instead of BC as a secular date reference, BCE stands for this.
That's actually easy. What it is before Common Era.
1,000 points.
Oh my
So just
God.
totaling it up here, Kevin,
Kevin.
8
Keep
and
the Christ in BC. That's
Kevin
what
has Kevin has 2,000. I have 1,000. Omar has 3,000, as well as Mindy.
So Omar and Mindy swept their categories. They got all 5 of their questions correct. The maximum amount allowed is $3,000. Now, the hard part, I created the final Jeopardy question. I'm sorry, the final the ATW9K RD question. Your category is classic television, I need your wagers. Kevin, what are you willing to wager of your $2,000?
Don't we have to write this down like secretly?
We should be writing this down. Yeah, I'm gonna write it down.
This is not Jeopardy, dude. No, how did you pronounce that shit, by the way?
Jeopardy.
Jeopardy.
All right.
You know what? I guess it
get
does.
sued, Kevin.
I guess it does work better if you keep it secret, because then you don't know how much each other are wagering. So yes, write down your wager.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
I'm going to have to trust you each to be responsible
hold on,
and
I
not
gotta
to
find a good
cheat.
piece of paper. So I can...
Classic television, again, is the category. Kevin, you have $2,000 to wager. Ro, you have $1,000 to wager. Omar and Mindy, you each can wager up to $3,000. This is anyone's game. Even Ro could win, believe it or not.
Classic American television, you mean, more like.
Yeah, because I totally know that.
Ethnocentrism.
Do we all have our wagers locked in?
Yes.
Yes.
In the first season of Full House, this character's name was Cochrane, but it was changed to Cassopolis in the second season to reflect his heritage. What's the character's first name?
Should we also write this down?
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and write it down, then we can do a slow reveal.
You really can't see it on mine.
In the first season of Full House.
Can I go first so I can just say it? Because I don't have anything to write on. And
Okay,
anyways, my wager was going to be 0 anyways.
Okay, that's fine. But here we go. I'm going to repeat it one more time just to give everybody a little bit more of a chance to write something down. In the first season of Full House, this character's last name was Cochrane, but it was changed to Cassopolis in the second season to reflect his heritage. Omar, you wagered $0.
Yeah, and I'm going to say Uncle Jesse.
Uncle Jesse is the correct answer.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
He didn't answer in the form of question.
Yes, he did. He said, I'm going to guess Jesse.
Yeah.
No.
I heard a question mark there.
Bro, I wagered 0 anyways.
It doesn't matter.
So you can just...
Saying it.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't write a question on mine. Can I write a question on mine?
You can write a question on
You
yours.
could have done it and not say
There.
anything. And we would
Omar
not have
got
known
it
wiser.
wrong. Omar got it wrong, so he loses $0. There. Does that make you happy, Ro?
Yes,
You're such a butthole.
that's right. At least I labeled
Mindy.
my USB cords.
You wagered.
I wagered everything.
True
nicely
daily
done.
ATW9K-able. And your answer is... Who is Uncle
Nice.
Jesse? You spelled it wrong, though. I don't know. What are
I'm
the rules
sure I
on
did.
that?
I don't know how to spell.
$6,000. Space dollars, not real dollars. I just have to keep on emphasizing that. I don't have $6,000 to give you.
That's okay. You're lucky I don't know where you live.
Ohio.
Yes,
But that's
Southern
okay.
Ohio. Ro,
Yes.
you wagered.
You can't really read it. It's $1,000. It's kind of hard to see the lighting.
Move it
Oh,
up
there you
closer to the camera so I can
See
see
right
your
there.
answer. Your answer
Right there.
is, who is Jesse? Correct.
Jesse.
You double up your score to 2,000.
Yeah.
Well done.
Still don't win.
Guess what, Ro?
What?
Guess what, Ro?
You suck.
Still beat your fucking ass.
And Kevin, you wagered
$2,000.
$2,000, and you had Uncle Jesse as well, so you double up to 4,000. That means that the final standings are: Mindy beat all yo asses. Kevin came in second. Omar risked nothing, but also made nothing for 3,000 in third place. And Ro, well, we don't need to talk about Ro because she's so sensitive. She's so sensitive. Let's talk about Mindy.
By the rules.
Mindy, you're going to audition for Jeopardy. How did this happen? How did it come up? Did you get an invite?
Yeah. Okay. Every year since 2005, I think, I have taken the online Jeopardy test, which, if you do well enough, you are put in a pool of contestants where they then, when they need people, they can invite you to come audition for the show. And this year, I was selected to come audition. And so back in May, I got an email asking if I was interested, And being that this has been a dream since I was probably like 5, and I'm not even exaggerating by that, I immediately said yes, and started making plans. So on Tuesday, I will go to, well, I'm going early, but on Tuesday, I will go to Minneapolis.
Okay, let's back up, because you're getting way ahead of yourself.
Sorry.
Okay. We gotta rewind just a little bit.
I'm excited.
And talk about how you got to the point of auditioning.
Yeah.
So you literally have been a huge fan of Jeopardy since age 5.
Yes.
And what does that mean? Does that mean
before
sitting
that,
down on the couch every night and watching it?
Yes. Every weekday, I would sit down and watch it. At some point, as a kid, actually sitting down with a notebook and keeping score. So like, you know, adding all the pluses for all my correct answers, subtracting all my negative answers, and then at the end, like, and actually, like, you know, saying, okay, I'm going to risk this much for the daily double, I'm going to risk this much at the end, and coming out with a final score of, you know, however much money I would have walked away with had I been on the show that day, because I'm a super nerd.
And then did you take your notebook to the bank and deposit it?
I wish.
Was there anyone you from your family you were watching this with?
My family is like not really into trivia the way that I am. I'm really the only one. Like, my family won't play trivia games with me. Nobody in my family will play.
I'm pretty sure there's a good reason for that.
Yeah,
you probably beat their asses every single time.
That's why. They refuse. And so when I went to high school, I actually started doing Quiz Bowl, which was just like the perfect outlet for me. And so it was just kind of this nice way. My youngest sister and youngest brother actually played Quiz Bowl, but they still would not play trivia against me. They would play on my team, but not against me.
Sure.
And so once Jeopardy moved to having the online testing to be on the show, that's when I started actually testing to be on the show, because it's just something that I just really, really liked.
So is it like a time
we've got to
thing?
rewind.
Oh.
It
is a time test. It's kind of similar to the show where they ask you a question. You don't have to answer in the form of a question. You just type in your answers, and you have a minute to answer each question. And I think it's 30 questions that you answer for that, and then depending on how well you do, you're put in that pool of applicants to possibly come in for an interview.
But let's go back to when you were 5, because this is the part that really, really grabs my attention. You're 5 years old. You're, 3 feet tall. You love eating French fries and lollipops and trivia. Why trivia? It seems like that's something that it's just not a 5-year-old activity.
Well, I started reading. It'll probably sound fake when I say this, but I started reading when I was 3. And I've always loved learning. Like, always loved learning new stuff.
What kind of books are you reading at 3?
Well, obviously at that time it was like little picture books like little kids read. But like 2nd grade I read Dracula, if that gives you an idea of how quickly I progressed.
Whoa.
Isn't there like a lot of sex in that book?
Huh?
Isn't there like a lot of sex in that book?
Well, I don't think I quite understood it.
It's a very dry book. It's a very dry book.
What is this number they keep talking about?
But, like, you know, I always loved reading, and sometimes in high school to piss off some of my, or middle school actually, to piss off some of my teachers, I'd read stuff that they told me that I wouldn't understand, just because. Were you
the kid who picked up the encyclopedia and just started leafing through it?
Yeah.
Did you read an encyclopedia cover to cover?
Not an entire one. Like, we had the ones that were like sections of a letter of the alphabet, and so I read through most of one of those before I was like, okay, that's enough. But like now, thanks to things like Wikipedia, like I'll just read random articles here or there on whatever subject fascinates me, like constantly. Like, I don't know what we did before the internet because I'm constantly learning new things every day.
So you're in high school then, and at some point you're sitting there on the couch, you've got your notebook out, you're keeping track. Do you have an average? Do you know how much money on average you were winning each night?
That was before they doubled the scores. So definitely not as much as it is now. I don't remember. It was definitely at least, because I want to say it was definitely at least 10,000. But
On
I
average
don't know
per
for
day?
sure. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, obviously you have your better days and then you have your worst days, but now it just depends. I don't get to watch it as often now because, you know, being an adult and having a life and a job. But luckily, my job, I coach my college's quiz bowl team, so I get paid to teach people how to play trivia. And so twice a week when school's in session, I actually get to play trivia with my students. And so that's actually what has been helpful in training me, or in preparing me to go to this audition.
What about bar trivia, pub quizzes? Have you ever tried your hand at that?
Yeah, it's been a while, and I want to get back into the swing of doing that. My older brother, he used to do it, and the prize for that was always free drinks, so I got him a lot of free drinks.
And what about your weak subjects? What are you really struggling when you're studying?
Well, when I'm working with my students, my weak subjects are math for sure, because my students actually they have to do math computation, and I've never been great at math. I'm not great at like some of the more physical sciences. Things like biology or sciences I'm okay with, but physics I am terrible at. Some chemistry I'm terrible at. The other
Jeopardy
area
likes to throw in a lot of these puzzle categories these days too, which are always the ones that throw me. If you're asking me for cold hard facts or recitation or to correlate certain things, great. But these puzzle categories, fill in the blanks, figure out what the word analogies are, that sort of thing. Do you have a hard time with those?
No, those I'm not too bad with. I actually, one of the podcasts I listen to regularly is NPR's Sunday Puzzle, and so I play along with that. I am super nerdy. I love it.
Are you trying to go for the lapel pin? Are you trying to get on there? Like,
I've actually only submitted an answer once.
Oh, okay.
Because that last one that they always put out is like the killer. I've only gotten a couple, and so I'm not quite there yet.
Oh, I still have to catch up. But it is very enjoyable to listen to.
Yeah. The useless knowledge is probably where I excel more than anything. Literature, history,
That's
all of that
mine as
stuff
well.
is fun. Pop culture, I love pop culture.
Who doesn't love pop culture?
Oh, it's fantastic. Like, I was listening to some of your back shows, and I was just laughing so hard because you guys asked so many great pop culture questions.
That's right.
But, like...
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, like, did you guys... I don't know if you guys watched Jeopardy, but the woman who was just on there with the big winning streak, she was terrible at pop culture. I was, like, screaming at the TV, "You're so terrible!"
There's generally one of two archetypes that get on Jeopardy. There's the people who are really, really, really pop culture heavy, and then there's the very, very dry, dusty accountants, actuaries, librarians. It seems like ne'er in the twain do they meet. You don't see nerds. You don't see geeks. You just see extremes.
I feel like Ken Jennings was pretty good at a little bit of that. But yeah, there's not a whole lot that kind of run in between. I feel like the ones who do kind of run in between aren't on there for very long. So
You think
I kind
Kevin
of
kind of looks a little bit like Ken Jennings? What do you think?
In my dreams, sometimes my wife asks me to put the Ken Jennings gear on. And...
That's funny.
So what are you doing to prepare?
Do you have a fantasy for Ken Jennings? Do you have any kind of like you know, does you know, you make it fire down below?
No.
No, come on.
But I do love Kenny. I do love him. I actually follow him on Twitter, and I think he's hysterical.
What about my fellow Canadian, Alex Trebek? I mean, come on, he's got
The man is awesome.
Sexiest man alive or sexiest man alive?
None of the above.
Do you prefer mustache era?
I'm
Or
totally
shaved
mustache
era.
era.
Mustache
era.
era.
For the
I
win.
do miss the mustache. I will admit, I miss the mustache.
I'd go gay for Alex Trebek.
Oh.
Dude, it doesn't take much to make you go gay, dude.
So how are you preparing? What are you doing? What are you studying with? Are you cracking just endless books and books and books, or?
I should have brought it. It's out in the living room. I should have brought this in. I have a binder. It's a 3-inch binder that is absolutely filled to the brim, and it's what my Quiz Bowl students use to study. And it is just filled with like every topic that they possibly need. And what they use it for is to study the subjects that they're best at, whereas I'm using it to just refresh everything, but I'm focusing more on the subjects that I'm not as fresh at. So like for me, like this week I've been freaking out about like composers and philosophers, the stuff that I used to know but I have no memory of whatsoever.
And
So
when
that
do you-
I can just go through and catch up.
When do you go in for the audition?
Tuesday.
And when do you find out how it turned out?
If I do well, I am put in another pool of applicants, and any time over the course of the next 18 months can be chosen to go on the show.
Oh, Lord. So it's a
Can you
ladder and
qualify?
then a pool.
Basically.
Can you qualify as too smart for the show?
I don't think so.
Because I probably, if they get some like Asperger's dude there that knows like everything.
That's true. They may have somebody that they're just like, you will take all our money. No, you're probably...
But I understand a lot of it is down to the button as well. It's like not just what you know, it's how you play the button.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. One of the things that I hope will help me is, like on Friday, my Quiz Bowl students are coming in and we're actually pulling out our buzzer system and practicing with it because I don't actually play with it too much. They always do, but it'll just give me a chance to practice.
They get blue if you don't play with them.
Oh,
You're
Mark.
horrible. You're horrible. I thought the same thing, but I wasn't gonna say anything.
Yes. Well,
You're
our
all
selection
changing it.
criteria on Atomic Trivia War isn't quite so stringent. So
Yeah.
I hope that you will be back.
Exactly. It's called, did Jason like you on the internet back when you wanted to do this show? Then more than likely you were chosen for the show. Oh, but I have a question. So what do you think of Arthur Chu, and would you copy his type of play?
You know what? I actually thought his method was actually pretty smart because he
It's
went
brilliant.
straight for the daily doubles.
It's brilliant. That's how you
But
play to
it's
win the
also a
game.
big gamble. Because if you miss it, I mean, if you fail it, you tank.
Well,
So?
and to me, like, you know, like everybody's like, let's just stick with this category because this is what's working for us, and it's like, you know, I don't think you should have to be defined by the category that you're in. But also, yeah, like if I'm on a run and I've got a good lead, I want that daily double. So I think it just depends. Like if I don't have that much of a lead to begin with, I may not jump straight ahead for trying to find it. But it can give you such a great advantage that I'm like, that actually isn't a bad idea at all. But he got so much crap for doing that.
Well,
So
it's because the people who see. Now, this is like a game theory thing. He was playing to win the game. It was within the parameters of the rules. Just because it may be perceived as unfair or unsportsmanlike, perhaps, he still played within the parameters.
yeah.
Why is it
Not the fault of
unsportsmanlike?
him.
Actually, before this, I was reading, because I remember someone said something about a guy cheating on Jeopardy. And I found this guy, and I thought, oh, maybe it's this one. But I read how he played, and I just couldn't find why was he like cheating.
It's
Not.
It's playing to win the game.
People call it cheating only because it takes them out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
And their comfort zone is category, 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 category.
Yeah.
His comfort zone is how can I throw the other players off balance while at the same time hunting for the best possible scores in the best possible order.
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
relaxing.
That's
Well, yeah, because they stick with, you know, let's just keep going down the line from lowest amount of points to highest amount of points, even though the clock is running out. And I'm sorry, if the clock is running out, I'm going for the highest amount of points because I want to rack up as much of a lead going into the final 2 rounds. Because that's, like, as I've been watching it, I've been cramming that show in the past few weeks just to get back into watching it. And it's like, why are you not trying to get more points? It's kind of like Wheel of Fortune, if you watch that. Even though they've solved the puzzle, they're trying to get as much points as they want. That's normal on that show, but it's not normal on Jeopardy. I don't get it.
That is an interesting, whatchamacallit, see, I'm bad with words.
Parallel?
Observation. There you go.
Now, I don't mean to go ahead and advertise for anyone, but are you aware of the app out there that's called Crackle?
I don't know Crackle.
Crackle is an app that works with Chromecast, and that means that you can, just go from your tablet or your smartphone to the TV. So I've been playing with it a little bit lately, but they have archives of Jeopardy shows on there that you can watch instant streaming on demand from back in the 80s and the 90s, these old shows. So you can get your Alex Trebek with the mustache fill, but at the same time, get some really old shows all for free, and you can cram your Jeopardy that way too. Just a little
There should be some sort of app that actually has like all the Jeopardy or somewhat similar Jeopardy trivia.
Do they have the whammy game? The one with the big thing that's fun?
Pressure Luck?
Yeah, because my house was actually, I mean, we don't have game shows in Spanish until like now. We have like a crappy version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But in my household, I mean, game shows were like God here. I mean, we had cable, so we watched that. I remember a drawing one. Team Win, Lose, or Draw, or something like that.
Win, Lose, or Draw?
Oh, God,
Win, Lose, or Draw.
Here's what I don't understand, Omar, about all your game shows. They all have this little kid with suspenders, and it's actually an old guy, but he's playing a little kid, and he's got freckles painted on, and he's got like this beanie that he wears, and he comes out.
That is Mexico, you fucking asshole.
It's the same. Wait, where are you? I don't understand why all your game shows have that guy.
I think they're making their presence known at the World Cup anyway.
I hate that guy anyways.
Well, I was going to ask why that guy is always wearing like the weirdly overly furry clothing too, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah, don't get it.
Furry clothing? I don't know who you're referring there
to. Well, the one thing that helps me is the cable service we use. I have an app on my iPad that I can watch all the DVR'd episodes on my iPad and then just delete them when I'm done. And then the other thing that is an absolute godsend is one of my students turned me on to this program called Anki. And I know I said students turned me on. Don't take it that way.
Oh, Mom, shut up.
That way. But there's this app called Anki, and it's like flashcards. And so you can just review all the information you want. And if you know it really well, it once it asks you the question, it was like, did this come easy or did this come hard? And if it came easy, it'll give you the information less frequently. But if it's hard, it gives it to you more frequently. Oh my God, I think I broke her.
I am not saying a word out of...
But it's just really great at helping you retain information. And that's actually what Arthur Chu used once he found out he was actually picked to go on Jeopardy. And it's like, I'm totally stealing that if I'm picked to go on the show too. But it's been helping me even now just to get ready for it.
One more quick question, and then we'll sign off, Mindy, and let you study. You get on the show, you're going to come back and tell us all about it and play some more?
I can once the episode airs, but yes. I mean, I'd be happy to play even before the episode airs, but
you're coming back.
But she couldn't tell us anything.
But you'll be break into your house and say like, yes.
And I'm going to tell you, that will be the hardest secret I will ever have to keep because I am terrible at keeping secrets. Like,
how long is the wait period for? I mean, they tape a show like today. How long does it take for them to air it?
Somebody said it's like 2 to 3 months.
Holy
before. Shit. And so I'm like, I'm going to die.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, people around you will know how you did because if you disappear for like 5 weeks, it means you made it like for the long haul, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing I've got like a month's vacation time built up at work.
Do they not tape them back to back to back to back to back?
That's what I don't know. And so I guess we'll find out.
I thought it was over the course of like an afternoon and you had to change clothes every 10 minutes.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, that's fine too.
Why
it will just be the hardest secret I ever in my life have to keep. I mean, I assume my boyfriend will know, but beyond that, I have no clue.
How do they tape Jeopardy?
You Google that. In the meantime, I'm going to wish Mindy all the best luck in the world. And Mindy, I think that you need to close this out by telling people how they can find other great shows. Is there a particular website that they should go to for podcasts?
I believe it is www.simplysyndicated.com.
Do you have some favorite...
I was going to say, don't spell syndicated right.
Do you have some favorite podcasts on that network that you would like to share us the names of?
Besides this one, which is awesome, I definitely would recommend, and why is my brain going blank? Starbase 66. I'm like, I was even on an episode of that. Why can't I remember what it's called?
Starbase 66 is definitely a good one. Yes. Very good. And you can also submit trivia to us. Anyone can by email. It will come right to me if you send it to atw9k@simplysyndicated.com. Send us a category. We love to have 5-question categories from new people especially. We have the old standards, the old submitters, the trusty standbys who always help and submit to the show, but we want to see new people become engaged. Throw us some feedback over on Facebook at facebook.com/atw9k or chat with us over on Twitter at ATW9K. We make it really easy for you to find us. You know, it's all the same thing. ATW9K, Atomic Trivia War 9000. That's us. That's our contact info. So for now, that's going to end the show. We're going to sign off. You have a great evening, and everybody come back. Find out how Mindy did. It'll be great.
Yay!
Yay!
Cheerio.